Hello and welcome to MidnightSilverCrafters.com. My name's Steve and I'll be your host. Today in this video, we're going to learn how to take your scrap sterling silver and turn it into usable sheet and wire for your jewelry projects. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to go over the tools and materials that you're going to need. Okay, the first thing you're going to need some scrap silver. Okay, now the next thing you're going to need is a crucible to melt your silver in. Now right here I have two different crucibles. You can use whatever crucible you have or whatever crucible you like, but my favorite is the potato, and I'll show you how you use the potato as a crucible when we get into it. Okay, now the next thing you're going to need to get is a torch. Now the torch I have here is just it's basically just a welding torch, but that's what I use for melting my silver down. Now you can use whatever torch that you have available that will get hot enough to melt your silver. But I got this one and I like it a lot, and I got this one running on oxygen and propane, and that's a real nice setup and it works really good for melting your silver. Next, you're going to need some borax. Now, this is just plain borax, nothing fancy. You can get this at Walmart. It's dirt cheap. But what the borax is going to act as a flux that's going to clean your metal. So all the impurities from the dirt and everything that's in there, the borax is just going to clean the silver. Next, you're going to need an ingot mold. Now this is just a cheap ingot mold. You can get these online. They're about $40, I think, on eBay or Amazon. But these ingot molds are reversible and you can set them two ways. One way you can make the sheet, and the other way you can make the wire. So if you don't have an ingot mold, get yourself an ingot mold, because you're going to need an ingot mold to do this. So the last thing you're going to need is a rolling mill so that you can roll out your ingots that you're going to make out of your ingot mold. This is just a cheap rolling mill. I bought this on Amazon. I think it was like $200 or something, but you can use a cheap rolling mill. You don't have to have a real expensive one. Okay, so now what we're going to do, we got a potato here. Now I just took a knife and cut the top of this down, and I just carved this out a little bit where there's room for my silver in here. But I'm just going to put some silver in here. I'm just going to lay it on here, and then I'm going to melt it down right on this potato. Okay, and then I'm going to take and pour it into this ingot mold. Now this ingot mold, you can see right here, these grooves right here are all to make wire ingots. Okay, and a wire ingot is basically like this, is what it is, that what we're going to make. So you can put it together this way, and you can make wire by pouring into these holes, or you can reverse it this way and you can pour it into the top here like this, and you can make a bigger ingot for rolling out sheet. But I'm going to make an attempt here to make a wire ingot. So I'm just gonna put it like this, and then I'm going to put my clamp on it. It comes with a clamp when you buy it. My original clamp for this one broke, so I'm just using this C clamp, which is a little bigger, but it works fine. So you just clamp it together like that. Okay, and then that's basically it. Now I'm just gonna put my silver on here. This is just scrap silver, and I'm gonna melt it. And then you need to put a little bit of borax for flux. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of borax on it like that. Okay, and then I'm going to heat it up, and I might put some more borax on there. You know, if I think that I need a little more borax once I start melting it. So all right, let me see if I can get this torch lit, and I'll go ahead and we'll start melting this. But now when you do this, what you want to do, you want to melt your silver down, but you want your silver to be very, very liquid, and it has to be flowing really, really good. Okay, if it's not really flowing and if it's not going to pour really smooth, it's not going to work. So let me see if I can get this to light. All right, but what you want to do is you want to adjust your flame to where you get a long blue flame, about like that. You want it nice and blue. See, like that. You don't want it yellow. You want it nice and blue like that. So we're just gonna go and just start melting this down. Takes a little while. It takes a good amount of heat to melt silver. You gotta, you're not gonna melt it with just a propane torch. It's just not enough heat to melt it. So you have to have, something hotter than just a propane torch. But you just keep heating it evenly and just let it start melting. But the main thing you have to do is you have to get that silver where it's really flowing, really smooth. But you can hold it. You can hold it in your hand. It's not, it's not going to burn you at all. See, I can hold it and do this. Now you probably want to put a glove on. That would probably be smart to put a glove on. But once it all gets down in there and it's all starting to melt, you can kind of gently move it around, and you can see it now. See, there it goes. See how that's starting to flow? See? See, now it's starting to get liquidy, but I'm gonna put a little more borax on it. All right, I got it melted down there where it's just starting to flow real good. See that? Now this will take a little practice. You're gonna have to just work with it, but you get it where it's real smooth like that. See, nice and liquidy. See how smooth that is, and get it all in there. And now what you got to do, you got to keep your heat on it while you're pouring it. You got to keep your heat right on your silver. And then these holes are kind of small, but you just put it right over your hole, and you just pour it in there like that. Now what you can do, you can take like some some plaster of Paris or something if you want, and like pour it into a little cup and make like a little piece that you set on here, and you can carve it down to where it's got a bigger hole, where it's a bigger target to hit. You can do that, but you can pour them in here if you're careful. But okay, so there's that. So now we got that in there, so we'll just let that cool down. Now see, these potatoes are good. See, that's basically charcoal right now, and you can just keep using that, and it'll be good for a good while, because it just turns to charcoal, and it's real clean. It's kind of like a crucible that's been glazed, but there it is. Just let that cool down for a minute. Let's see if we can open this up. All right, now there is your ingot. See, nice nice perfect ingot. See that? So now all you got to do is you take your ingot, and then you can roll it. You put it on a rolling mill, and you roll that down, and you can roll that out into some wire. Or you can, like if you want to make some rings. See, like this was an ingot just like this, but see, this was a smaller ingot. But see how I rolled that out into like a strip. See, I can like bend that around and make like ring shanks. But that's how you do it. You just put in your potato, melt it down, put some borax on it. And like I said, you can use any crucible that you have. If you want to use the little shallow ceramic ones, that's fine too. And then, like I said, if you put your mold this way, see, it's probably still hot. No, not too bad. See, you can clamp your mold that way. And then you pour it right into here, and then you can make like a bar for making bigger pieces of sheet. But okay, well, that's about all there is to it. But, okay, well, there's your ingot. Now, this is ready to put on your rolling mill and roll down. So that's about it on melting the metal. But I did want to say. I want to say thank you very much to all of my subscribers. I really appreciate everyone. I'm just now getting 1,000, right about 1,000 subscribers, and I really do appreciate it. If you're new and if this is your first time stopping by the channel, I'd really appreciate it if you would subscribe to the channel. I think you'll learn a lot. This channel is all about silversmithing, making jewelry, pretty much, anything and everything related to jewelry. And I cover pretty much everything related to silversmithing. Like, see, here's a cross that I made. I made this cross in a wooden mold. But yeah, so if you haven't already subscribed, I would love to have you as a subscriber. So that would just be awesome. And if you could just do me one favor, if you do decide that you want to subscribe and you subscribe, if you just go down to the comment box, and if you just leave me a little comment and just put down in the comment box, I subscribed. That would be great, and that would really help me out a lot as far as growing the channel. So, alright, well, I think I'm going to wrap this one up here. So, my name's Steve, and I'll talk to you in the next video.